Okay, here we go. Debut EP from Modal Nodes. 5-tracker, probably the most talked about dubstep act of the last year or so, or at least close to that. This EP is coming out on Infect's label, Port Zero. I think for the most part, people don't really know who Modal Nodes is or are. They kind of presented the other week as a duo at Northern Invasion, but who knows? It could just be one person making the music. It could be a collective. It could be, a duo, as was shown at Northern Invasion. We just don't know. We don't know very much, do we? But the costumes were awesome. The set was apparently amazing. And now off the back of that, we have this debut EP, which is very exciting. Now, I have to admit, I have listened through a fair bit of the, the SoundCloud exclusive material that they've put up. I don't think I'm quite as blown away as the vast majority of people within the scene who are gassing it up, but I'm happy that there is an artist out there who is being gassed up to this extent at the moment, and especially one that comes from the rhythm scene for the most part. So yeah, exciting stuff, and here we have the first just main label EP of tracks, multi-track collection from Modal Nodes. So yeah, just over 17 minutes in runtime, and it's 5 tracks like I said. The opener is the title tune, Alone. Let's get it.
A man can have anything. He's willing to sacrifice.
Star Wars. You can hear the zip zaps.
When darkness finds you, you will face it alone.
Wab, 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 wab.
Right here, right now.
Ooh, can I do a little mini rewind on those drums? Because that was naughty. That was lovely. Little things like that, for the most part, we don't really hear in this genre of music. So it's worth doing a little rewind, doing a little mini rewind on those drums, because I just want to hear them again.
Right here, right now.
I mean, yeah. It travels in one direction, this idea, but it has got a bit of an aura about it. It's probably because of the production quality. Like, the production quality, like, it's lumbering along, and there isn't that much going on, but there's these little moments of, like, just relationship being built between the sounds. It's just got that body about it, do you know what I mean? And the production value really ties it up. Big aura, and Mr. Big. Big's in the chat, please. Big's in the chat.
When darkness finds you, you will face it alone.
Wap.
Stay put and let things play out.
Yes! I mean, the anonymity of the project does add a lot to it. Like the branding's very important. This is why people like Victim and, you know, Modal Nodes just kind of pop off so much, you know. It's like, oh, spooky, mysterious. Oh, sorry about that. It's a bit like, you know, it's like spooky, mysterious, you know, oh, who's actually making the music? It gives that bit of intrigue beyond the music itself. Good of Jack to notice the, just before we move on, good of Jack to notice the kind of hip-hoppy drums that we got in that track in particular, which I imagine we're going to get a little bit more of as the EP goes on. But yeah, it you know, it is straightforward rhythm, you know, but there are some fantastic feel moments, and there are, you know, some very nice sounds in there, a lot of good dynamics going on between the rap. Like it's got at least a bit of emotion and a flow and like a swagger about it, where a lot of rhythm just feels a little bit too formulaic and one-dimensional. But this has at least got that bit of zhuzh about it, do you know what I mean? And the production quality's there. But are we gonna get something like? Are we gonna get some like forward-thinking rhythm kind of idea here at some point with the next 4 on the EP? Let's find out. Next up is Victory, track number 2.
Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory.
Wee, whoppa whoppa.
Victory. My chains are broken.
Yeah, just more of the same, really. More of what I said with the first track, to be honest.
I have gained power.
Bouncy sensibilities,
Victorious.
says Jack. Yeah, it's definitely got swagger about it. It's definitely got groove.
Victory. My chains are broken.
Reminds me a bit of Akeos, to be fair, when Akeos broke through with the with that EP on Never Say Die's Black Label. What was that EP called again? It had like tripolar dub. How am I forgetting what this is called? What were the Akeos? I mean, this is very Black Label. This is like Black Label quality, which we haven't had for a while, to be fair. Labyrinth, that's it. Thank you, Jack, for that. And thank you also, Versac Cab. Yeah, not too much else to say on that one beyond what I said with the opener. Show Me the Way is the middle track, track number 3.
There are some things you can believe
Fallen says, Miss Black Label, don't we all? Don't we all? But Port Zero doing a decent job so far.
Show me the way.
Oi, 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 oi. Shaz K says nasty track right here. Nasty and naughty, I'll have you know.
The path ahead seems so bright with possibility.
Eee! Warrior and I says I was thinking Frog 2. Elmau. Nasty, that's it. Naughty and nasty. Nasty, says Shaz K. Warrior and I says rib him. I just have to. I'm sorry. Some bits of the chat you do just have to, you know, just acknowledge and, you know, take a. You know, we had Nasty and rib him. That was like 2 bits in a row. I was like, good wordplay, good blending of words. Not the first ever. I don't think that's the first ever. But one of the first few for sure. Young Goob. Not the first ever chat rewind. This one is naughty. This one is juicy and frog-like. And it's hopping and skipping along and I like it. Base T up in the chat.
Show me the way.
Sound usage here is fantastic. I mean, yeah, it's another idea that kind of travels in one direction. It doesn't have that much kind of taking your attention in different directions, but rhythm done good, produced very well. Main frog-like sounds, swampish sounds are fantastic. Sample that. It's kind of a bit like Chibs. It's a bit Chibs-like, actually. It's the kind of stuff that I wish Chibs would make now, but that he hasn't really made for a long time. Nice, more nice kind of extraterrestrial kind of spaceship effects there at the very end of that track. Just re-engaging the Star Wars theme. No. That hasn't happened for a long time, to be fair.
If I can find you, so can the Jedi. An acolyte kills the dream.
More froggy, swampy kind of sounds, which I'm welcoming. Always going to welcome those.
Acolyte kills without a weapon.
It feels a little bit like producer's producer kind of vibes. You know, there've been a lot of producers on social media just kind of bigging up Modal Nodes and being like, wow, this is the maddest thing that we've heard in this scene in a long time. And I genuinely would love any producers watching this video to get in the comments and, like, you know, explain with a bit of detail just what they like so much about it. Because I'm here, like, you know, it sounds good. Like, the overall sonics are fantastic, but like ideas wise, I'm like, you know,
The Jedi
explícame.
live in a dream. A dream
Laheart 2 says
they
growls.
believe everyone shares.
It does have like a body about it and an aura about it.
I've accepted my darkness.
Whap, whap, whap. For me, it's the drum work, says Fazak Cab. It's so gnarly and well made. It's not like anything insanely innovative. It feels like the Clips album. Interesting, from Mel Collector. Sound designing is really crazy, says Benuke. It is really well done. I agree with that. The placement of fills and vocals is perfectionized, says Bass T. Yeah, I agree with all that stuff for sure. I suppose it's extra impressive because the thing about Rhythm, and you know everyone knows this about Rhythm, is like it is hardly ever the most like forward-thinking creative ideas. It's like the kind of essence of it in a big way is like, you know, just pure industrial dubstep sound that, yeah, does travel in one direction and does feel quite formulaic and, you know, kind of fixed to a longer format without changing all that much over its course. But when done well, it can have a load of body, a load of atmosphere about it. It can have a real presence and like just slowly make its impact felt more and more as it goes on over the course of the track. And that's definitely what we're getting here. Like, the atmospheres are building very well and it's just like slowly leaving its mark on you as it goes on each tune. So yeah, it's doing a fair amount and leaving a fairly big impression without doing that much, I suppose. Exceptional production for sure, as Shazk says, and the atmospheres are built up very well. And the swaggy fills. I mean, you can't be ignoring those. But we're already at the final track, Defeat. People in the chat also bigging up this one.
I see your defeat.
Vocal sampling also very, very good.
That will be long after.
You lack the experience to be going up against me.
Ugh. Bam, 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 bam. Behave yourself. Ooh. A little still moment. Rebuilding. Bit of recalibration. Nice and stabby, says Warrior. Nice.
Your defeat.
I was here long before you, and will be long after.
Oi, oi, oi.
You lack the experience to be going up against me.
Mate, that percussion is a joke. That percussion is like... Dragon Exodus says, God, the second drop of this is so fire.
A man can have anything if he's willing to sacrifice. In the darkness, only ambition will guide you. The oaths you swear, the promises you make, they are yours alone.
Oh, that's a fantastic way to end a debut EP. The lore is being built in the Modal Nodes world. It's very much a sign of where dubstep's at and like what is most popular. The fact that so many producers are just being like, yeah, this is the best thing to come in the scene since like forever. That's why I'm saying like producers watching the video on YouTube in the chat right now, just get in the comments, get in the chat and let me know what the things are that are making this like exceptional for you, because to me I'm just like, yeah, the production's incredible, the atmosphere is incredible, the sound choice is great in a lot of parts, and you get a lot of great moments of like ricocheting sounds and like bits of interest that fly off in different directions, but it isn't like showing off the potential for how creative dubstep can be, but it is like, I suppose, just a summation of like the best of what dubstep is right now in its most popular form, if you know what I mean. The presence that the music has across the whole EP is super impressive and not something that you get that often for this kind of dubstep, if we're being honest. Like, you can have the heaviness, you can have all the industrial sounds that you want, but it's not going to have any proper swagger or any proper like meanness about it. I'm not going to really properly feel it if it just sounds like a load of harsh sounds being thrown together with no like juice, like, or no gel kind of bringing all of those sounds together and like kind of having a kind of harmony between them. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, again, I'm not also at the same time kind of sat here thinking like that's anything particularly massively forward thinking that I just have to just have to hear again kind of thing. In its design, it sounds so forward thinking for a rhythm EP, and it sounds so elite and shiny and sharpened off that they're probably like, wow, that just sounds like a little bit of a level above, beyond what I can do right now. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there for my thoughts on the debut Modal Nodes EP alone, 5-tracker Port Zero, and glad that this EP is out and that we're going to probably get some more official releases from Modal Nodes in the near future. I look forward to it when it comes out. But there we go.